What if I told you that the purpose of life isn't to live forever, but to prepare for something far greater? Today, we're diving deep into humanity's most profound question. Why do we live, and why do we die? I'm your guide on this journey of discovery, and by the end of this exploration, you'll understand not just the purpose of life, but how death itself becomes the ultimate teacher. Mystery that haunts us all. Every human being at some point stares into the void and asks, what's the point of all this? We work, we love, we struggle, we celebrate, and then we die. It seems almost cruel, doesn't it? But what if this apparent cruelty is actually the greatest gift? What if the very fact that we die is what gives life its deepest meaning? The fear of death isn't really about death itself. It's about attachment. We cling to our bodies, our possessions, our identities, believing these temporary things define who we truly are. But spiritual awakening begins when we realize we are so much more than these fleeting forms. Ancient wisdom traditions have always understood this. The Tibetan Book of the Dead doesn't treat death as an ending, but as a transition, a doorway to understanding our true nature. When we stop fearing death, we start truly living. The ultimate classroom. So what is the purpose of life? Simply put, life is a classroom, and every experience is a lesson designed to help us grow spiritually. Think about it. Every challenge you've faced, every joy you've experienced, every relationship that's touched your heart, they're all curriculum in the university of existence. The purpose isn't to graduate quickly, but to learn deeply. This is where karma and reincarnation come into play. Karma isn't punishment or reward. It's simply the law of cause and effect applied to consciousness. Every action, every thought, every intention creates ripples that shape our future experiences. Dr. Brian Weiss, in his groundbreaking work, Many Lives, Many Masters, documented case after case of souls returning to learn specific lessons. A soul might incarnate to learn compassion, or forgiveness, or courage. Each lifetime offers new opportunities to master different aspects of love and wisdom. But here's the beautiful part. You don't have to believe in reincarnation to benefit from this understanding. Whether you live one life or many, the principle remains the same. Every moment is an opportunity for growth. Every challenge, a chance to evolve. The Four Sacred Paths. Ancient yogic wisdom identified four main paths to spiritual realization, and understanding these can transform how you approach your own growth. The first path is Jnana Yoga, the path of knowledge. This is for those who seek truth through understanding, through questioning, through the relentless pursuit of wisdom. If you're someone who needs to understand the why behind everything, this might be your path. The second is Bhakti Yoga, the path of devotion. This is the way of the heart, where love and surrender become the vehicles for transformation. Whether you're devoted to God, to service, or to the highest ideals of humanity, devotion purifies the heart and opens us to grace. The third path is Karma Yoga, the path of selfless action. This doesn't mean becoming a doormat, but rather performing your duties and following your purpose without attachment to the results. When you work not for personal gain but for the greater good, work itself becomes worship. The fourth is Raja Yoga, the royal path of meditation and mental discipline. Through practices that still the mind and master the body, practitioners learn to transcend the limitations of ordinary consciousness. Most people naturally gravitate toward one path, but the wisest approach is to integrate elements from all four. Knowledge without devotion becomes dry intellectualism. Devotion without knowledge can become blind fanaticism. Action without inner discipline becomes mere busy work. And meditation without compassionate action can become spiritual selfishness. The ultimate teacher. Now let's talk about death, not as something to fear, but as the ultimate spiritual teacher. Sadhguru, in his profound work, Death, an Inside Story, explains that conscious death is the culmination of conscious living. When we live with awareness, when we practice detachment, when we cultivate inner stillness, we prepare ourselves for the ultimate transition. But what does it mean to prepare for death? It doesn't mean becoming morbid or obsessed with dying. It means living so fully, so consciously, that when the time comes to let go, we can do so with grace and understanding. The Tibetan tradition speaks of the Bardo, the intermediate state between death and rebirth. But even if you don't believe in rebirth, the principle applies. How we face any transition in life reflects our level of spiritual maturity. Conscious death means dying without regret, without unfinished emotional business, without clinging to what must be released. It means having lived so authentically that death becomes not a tragedy, but a natural completion. Liberation. This brings us to the ultimate purpose of both life and death. Moksha, or liberation. Moksha isn't about escaping life or transcending the world in some abstract way. It's about freedom from the illusion that we are separate, limited beings. It's the realization that our true nature is infinite, eternal, and one with all existence. Liberation means freedom from the compulsive cycle of desire and fear that drives most human behavior. It means acting from love rather than need, from wisdom rather than reaction, from wholeness rather than lack. But here's what's truly beautiful about this understanding. Moksha isn't something you achieve after death. It's available right now, in this moment, in this life. Every time you act from love instead of fear, every time you choose wisdom over reactivity, every time you see beyond the illusion of separation, you taste liberation. The great spiritual teachers throughout history, whether they called it enlightenment, salvation, or awakening, were all pointing to the same truth. You are already whole, already free, already one with the divine. The spiritual path isn't about becoming something you're not. It's about remembering what you've always been. The ultimate purpose. So how do we live this understanding? How do we make this wisdom practical in our daily lives? First, cultivate awareness. Pay attention to your thoughts, your emotions, your reactions. The more conscious you become, the more choice you have in how you respond to life. Second, practice detachment. This doesn't mean becoming cold or uncaring, but rather loving without clinging, caring without controlling, engaging without being enslaved by outcomes. Third, serve something greater than yourself. Whether it's your family, your community, or humanity as a whole, when you live for something beyond your personal desires, life takes on profound meaning. Fourth, embrace both life and death as sacred. Celebrate the joys, learn from the sorrows, and remember that both are temporary experiences of your eternal essence. The ultimate purpose of life and death isn't to solve the mystery of existence, but to become the mystery. It's to realize that you are not a separate being having spiritual experiences, but spirit itself having a human experience. When you truly understand this, death loses its sting and life gains infinite meaning. You realize that you came here not to survive, but to thrive, not to endure, but to evolve, not to escape the human condition, but to transform it through your very presence. That changes everything. As we conclude this exploration, I want to leave you with the question that can transform your entire approach to existence. If you knew that your soul chose this life, with all its challenges and opportunities, specifically for your growth and awakening, how would you live differently? This isn't about believing in any particular doctrine or tradition. It's about recognizing the profound intelligence that orchestrates existence, the love that underlies even the most difficult experiences, and the purpose that gives meaning to every moment. The ultimate purpose of life and death is simple yet profound: to wake up to who you really are, to love without limit, and to serve the highest good in whatever way calls to your heart. But this raises an even deeper question. What happens when we finally break free from all illusions? What lies beyond even the cycle of birth and death? What is the nature of the absolute reality that all spiritual traditions point toward? That's a mystery we'll explore in our next journey together.